Hello there, YouTube. How y'all doing? It's your boy Nameless back at it again with a banger of an episode for part 5 of What If Isagi Never Lost His Ego. I have nothing else to say other than let's get on with this What If. So we started this What If off when we left off, which was Barca match. Barca match is over. Isagi tried to score, didn't get the chance. Kunigami took his goal. He's like very mad. But then, of course, he understands it now. He'll do better in the next match, which he will. Alright, so I just want to skip over what he's going to do during the training period. He trains by himself, he tries to team up with Kunigami, but the Kunigami is like, fuck you, I'm not a hero anymore, I don't want to be with you, emo, which, man, they did him so dirty. Like, I need justice for my boy Kunigami. Where's justice for my boy Kunigami? So torn apart, man. It was so cool during Team Z and stuff, and he was even cooler in the second selection. But then, of course, he got shit on by Shido, to which I'm so conflicted because I love Shido, I love Kunigami. Two sides of this, like, so torn apart. But yeah, it's blue lock. Shit happens. You're not cut off for this shit. You're not cut out for this. But yeah, let's move on. So during this time period, he trains with Kurana, he trains with Hiyori, and then he has a little interaction. Kaiser is like, fuck you, Kaiser, I'm gonna eat you up. Pause. Heavy pause. He means like he's gonna devour. Okay, pause. Everything's so sus. But yeah, just as how like he devoured Baro, he's gonna devour Kaiser. So yeah, little interaction between him, and without further ado, let's get on with the match. Match starts. There's nothing really interesting happening with for like 10 minutes. To which, yeah, but it's all part of Isagi's plan. Bootleg Aizen. Anyways, so he tries to work with Yukimiya. Yukimiya is like, wow, he's working with me. That's cool. And so they both work together. They try to pass to Sailor, which works pretty well. They dribble, and then Yukimiya tries to score. It doesn't happen. Kai's like, what is he doing? And then a couple more minutes pass by, but then nothing works for some reason. He's like, why is Isagi so dormant right now? It doesn't make sense. And while the ball is in the other's possession, we all know what's gonna happen now. The ball goes around. Chigiri does his little stuff, his little 44 angle golden spot shoot. And yeah, he does score. There's nothing much happening, and except for Isagi and Yukimiya working together, and Kaiser trying to fuck up Isagi as always. And Kaiser does manage to do that, but then Isagi is like not doing anything else other than like staying afloat while trying to help Yukimiya for some reason. Like, wow, that's like very weird behavior. Why is Isagi not like going by himself and trying to score? Just very weird. What is he doing? But let him cook. It's all part of his plan. It's all part of his plan to fuck up Kaiser. While he does that, the ball, well, of course, the second start happens. The match starts again, and they dribble. Kaiser tries to make plays with Ness. While Ness is going to pass towards Kaiser, Isagi intercepts in the middle, passes it straight to Yukimiya. Yukimiya's like, oh wow, thanks dude, you're being unnecessarily kind today, but I'll take it. And so he dribbles, and then he tries to shoot with his little gyros corkscrew shot, but then it doesn't work. And he's like, it's fine, Yukimiya, let's just do it once again. And then we're like, wow, why is he being so nice to me? Well, whatever, this is pretty cool. And Kai's like, yeah, I see what you're doing, Yoichi. Now I see. You're trying to get the jump on me. This little bitch can't score by himself, so he's gonna use Yukimiya to get a one-up on me. He's gonna make him score. Well, X-fucking-cuse me. I'm not gonna let that happen. And so, after the next 5 minutes, when Isagi's going to pass towards Yukimiya, Kaiser's like, Yoichi, you can shoot by yourself because you don't have enough support. So now I'm gonna block everything from you. And Isagi's like, good, Kaiser. You're in perfectly the spot I needed you to be. And without saying anything else, he sprints up to the enemy side, running down the left flank. Kaiser's bewildered. He's like, huh? What is he doing? Yukimiya is right here. No, shit. He realizes what Isagi's trying to do. And Noah's like, you got too complacent, Kaiser. Isagi got the one up on you. And now, you have lost to Isagi Yoichi, the egoist. And yeah, a little cringe moment from Noah, but who cares? And Isagi just bolts down the field. Kaiser tries to block him, but then Isagi perfectly manipulates around him to where he unintentionally blocks two defenders that were trying to double man him. And then she's like, shit, fuck, no. Ness, get him. And then Ness like, okay, Kaiser. Little twink ass. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him with a passion. I'm sorry. I already said it in the last part, but still, I hate him. I hate him so much. It's crazy. But still, other than that, Ness tries to fuck up Isagi. He's like, "You're done, Yoichi." But then it's like, "Is it me or you?" And so he pushes uh, Ness away, and then bang with his left leg. Yep, my boy Isagi has the lefty shot. He always had it. He always had the lefty shot. He just didn't use it because he didn't really see the need to. He has a 100% success rate with his right and has like a 90 to 85% chance with his left. He really didn't see a need to use his left until now. Like all the shots he had like an actual like 100% success rate. It's like, why do I even need to use my left? I'm in the perfect spot. I'll just use my right. Most of his goals were by his right, and he had like, I don't know, 17 to 18 goals in his like before Blue Lock days with his left, and like had like 20 to 30 goals, on his right during the year, which sounds pretty crazy for a high schooler, but for Isagi's value and for the matches he's playing, it's a given. Since it's a high school, and then he doesn't really like face up against like a lot of the people like inside or like outside of Blue Lock, not inside of Blue Lock. Accumulation of like shitty teams. He scored like he had like a run of like a hat trick like for like 10 games straight because they were so shit. So yeah, I think he's just that good. So a lefty shot, bang, back of the net, he scores. And now the score is 1-1 because Chigiri scored and then now Isagi has scored. Kaiser is living. My boy is screaming to the top of his lungs, and he's like, huh. And then Nez is like, huh, how? I have never seen you score with your left before. So he's like, seriously? You really think I can't score with my left? You have to be stupid, Ness, to even think that. Can't even believe you're on this team. Fucking waste of space, waste of oxygen. Yeah, fuck you, Ness. Okay, sorry, I'm just getting a little bit heated. Whew. Fuck you, Ness. Anyways, enough of my Ness hate. We'll move on. Everybody's shocked. They're like, whoa, that was so cool. Commentators going crazy. Like, whoa, my god. The hero of Bullock, the heart of Bullock, the one who challenged the mighty, has now scored an amazing goal with his left. His first ever. And the crowd goes crazy all over the world. You're like, Isagi, let's go. Alright, we'll now move on to the match. Manchester City, of course, they start, they go and try to do shit while Nagi, Reo are just, trying to work differently on their own. While Aki's like, no, Reo, don't you dare go to Nagi, yap. And then they have the whole emotional moment, blah, 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 blah. And Kaiser's like, fuck, I have to do something. I can't let Isagi get a one-up on me again. And so, with that, we're gonna change a little bit of how Manchester City is gonna work. And in Manchester City, there was a little plan change that I'm gonna bring about where Reo is gonna be constantly marking Kaiser. And yeah, with that, it really works. Both Aki and Reo, they're gonna mark Kaiser now because they know Kaiser will start to move after Isagi does something, and so they both double man him. And Isagi sees this like perfect opportunity. Put this guy to the ground. Not how you think so though. Isagi starts to move in the same way of how his cannon part. How Cannon Isagi moved around Rin during the U20 match to make him be a decoy, be an assister, and then after that, when the plan works, he then deviates off to do his own thing, sort of like that. And then Kaiser doesn't see an option. Ness is being a little bitch while trying to provide options, which really doesn't work. Doesn't see a future where he and Ness can score this goal that he wants to. And so he reluctantly is like, fuck. I'd rather die than work with him, but fuck. His bastard Buncha needs to win. That has to happen. It will happen. And so he works with Isagi, begrudgingly. He tries to find Ness, but then Ness gets marked. He's like, fuck. Useless bitch. So yeah, not Isagi. Kaiser starts to hate Ness more and more. Early on, this Kaiser's hated Ness. Well, hate is like a strong word, but then for the last chapter, yeah, Kaiser like hates Ness now. The little abandoning of Ness starts to happen during the Manshine City match, not during the Ubers match. So yeah, everything's being a little advanced just because of one variable called Isagi Yoichi Slursagi back in the game. So yeah, they both work together flawlessly, and then Kaiser has no other option. Is assisting. Kurona and Yukimiya are trying to assist around Isagi, and while the rest of the team are trying to help him, they're like not as good as Isagi, so he has to do this. And so he goes and works with Isagi. And then for some reason, Manshine City cannot defend these two. Reo is trying his best. Even Nai is trying to come up to the defense, but nothing's working. They cannot beat the duo of Isagi and Kaiser. Even though Kaiser's a bit reluctant and hesitant with like working with Isagi, Isagi picks up the slack of Kaiser's like little hesitant episodes. And with that, Kaiser actually scores an amazing goal to like almost the same, like well, not almost, like literally the same way of how he scored his goal against Manshine City, where everybody's like, "Oh shit, I blocked your shot course path. You can't score now." And Kaiser's like, "Well, if you think that, then you're fucking blind." So they're like, "Fuck, we can't mark both Isagi and Kaiser. We can't get him. So when he goes to score the goal, we have to block his shot course path." But then, of course, Kaiser with his predator eyes, he then scores an amazing goal. And Isagi just has a smug face and says, well, would you look at that? You can't do shit without me, can you, Kaiser? And the Kaiser's like, fuck you, Yoichi, fuck you. Kaiser just leaves. He just walks away, and then Isagi, not like in a taunting manner, but still in like a smuggish type of tone, he says, "Hey, Kaiser, you know, one day we'll have to put all these petty squabbles behind us and have to actually work together to coexist in this team, actually produce better results. Cause this little link-up play wasn't so bad." And yeah, this is out of character for Isagi, but he realizes that his ego can't solve everything. It doesn't matter that he has to be the one to score. It doesn't matter if Kaiser has to be the one to score. He wants to win. After that little interview after the U20 match, he tried to find his ego during the training session in like Blue Lock while trying to unlock his metavision. And he knows after he gained sight, like actual metavision sight, like everything how the world works, he realizes that with everyone being self-centered, they don't have to be too egotistical. Of course, they have to have ego to push themselves. But just because you have ego doesn't mean the world revolves around you. If you're weak, if you don't produce results, it will eat you up. But if you do produce results, then you can survive and then you can become even better. While having a mentality like Baro's, it's just a matter of time before the world eats you up if you're too self-centered. And so that's how Isagi thinks. And Baro's pretty lucky. With a team like Ubers and with a master like Snuffy, it's like the best environment for him to grow up. With his type of ego, no other team would have given him the chance to build around it. Snuffy was the only one who can like control him to a certain extent. He realizes that it doesn't matter who scores. At the end of the day, he's the one who's going to win because he's the one who's going to control everybody. Because goals do matter, but what matters most is that who comes out on top. Isagi brings his sort of selling my soul to achieve victory type of mentality early on. Not even during PXC match, but during the Manshine City match. He hasn't fully developed to the point where he like outright says it. Like, selling my soul to achieve victory. Kaiser, let's team up. So that sort of way. But then it's like, yeah, this team up isn't so bad, Kaiser. What we need is a victory. Not someone who says that, oh, I'm better than you. Because if you just do petty squabbles in the match, at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to lose. My ramble aside, we now move on. And yeah, Kaiser reluctantly hesitantly accepts Isagi's help. But of course, after that whole scene's over, Nagi's like, fuck, we need to do something. Reo, I need your help. Blah, 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 blah. And while Chigiri tries to do his little own thing, Isagi hasn't figured out. He can't do anything now. Chigiri was 15 minutes, it's gone. So yeah, only thing you can do is like provide defense, a little bit of midfield action, but striker wise, he can't really do much. With that done, Nagi then goes crazy. He goes crazy during the match. He teams up with Reo, finally, let's go. And then he realizes his flow. Yep. And as per canon, with how Isagi and Kaiser are, even if they are better than how they were during the canon, like canon timeline, they still can't predict what Nagi can do. Nagi's just that guy when he enters flow, but right now it's just being shit on by every single person. That he enters flow and then he does his little five revolver fake volley, whatever that long ass name he had for his shot. You have to be like Isagi, bro. Direct shot, meta vision, two gun volley, lefty shot, right direct shot, left direct shot. That's it. This is five revolver fake volley. Yap. Okay, enough hating. I'm just being a little bit of a critic, you know. So it's 2-2 now, with Shigiri scoring the first goal, Isagi scoring the second goal, Kaiser scoring the third goal, and now Nagi scoring the fourth goal. And now the kickoff starts with Bastion Munchen side. It goes pretty like the same, and Reo and Nagi are not going to do the same thing as in canon because they're getting shut down by Isagi and Kaiser. They cannot predict what Nagi will do when he works together with Reo, but if they don't pit them together, then it's easy to just not make them do anything. At the last second, like, not like the last second because there's not really like timer and stuff. And then the Masters come in. Yeah, the Masters come in pretty late after that 2-2 score. Crispin's like, fuck, I need to do something. Now that Isagi and Nagi have figured them out, it's up to me to do something. And now when Crispin comes in, that's when Noah comes in. And while that's happening, time passes by. But they're just going back and forth. And now Chris Prince does his little knuckleball thing. I think it was a knuckleball. Yeah, it was an unpredictable shot. It was like a lob to a shot-ish to its return to a knuckleball. And of course, as in canon, Isagi blocks, devours the world's number 2, shits on him. Not literally, figuratively. And then he then tries to team up with Kaiser. Chris Prince tries to do something, but then Noah keeps him in check. They fight, they squabble. Chris Prince goes wham. Just because I'm number 2 doesn't mean you have the authority to shit on me. Yap. Chris Prince is a little bitch. Sorry, I'm just hating on people for no reason today. I don't know why. So yeah, after that, Chris Prince gets shut down. Nothing really special happens with Chris Prince. Nothing really special happens when all the all the masters are in, because it's gonna go the same. There's no real change to how it goes, because even though you might think it's like, wow, why is he not using Chris Prince? Why is he not using Lavinho that much? That's because they're not doing anything. They can't do anything. 3 minutes is all they have. And the only reason why they did anything during all those matches was because Isagi is not as good as he is right now. With Isagi, see, at that time, Isagi was good enough to best the world's number 2 for a couple of minutes. If Isagi is like that during the count, like in his canon timeline, imagine what Isagi can do right now. Isagi, imagine what he can do. A more better, more experienced, Metavision, he has more control over Metavision. He's not going high up. Well, he is going high up of it, but not like too much. And he has better control over his senses. He's not working with Kaiser now to a certain extent. He's now utilizing every single bit of his arsenal. And a little side note, the scene with Yukimiya goes exactly the same. Just the circumstances to leave that scene was a bit different because, I already explained all that. And yeah, he calls him a sinking ship, a fucking mud boat. Yap. Yukimiya's like, fuck you. All that aside, there's nothing real special that happens with both Yukimiya and Chris Prince or Noah. It all goes same to the timeline, and then at the last minute, when Kaiser's just like, fuck, I can't keep working with this guy anymore. I can't do it. It's too much. So he goes off on his own, tries to score, but then he messes up due to Ness. Yeah, of course, Ness was there. If he didn't do anything, Kaiser would at least, almost got a shot in target, I guess, because all the while where he's doing this, everybody's just focusing on Kaiser. When Isagi breaks off, Kaiser doesn't have many options. When Kaiser has options can he do something. But with Ness there, no, he can't really do anything now. He messes up a little bit, and then Isagi gets the ball. He's going to shoot, but then, of course, Kaiser's like, I can't let you do that! And Isagi said, I didn't want to do this, Kaiser, but you didn't leave me any choice. He then does a back heel. Back heel to whom? Yuki Miya. And then after all that squabble with Isagi and Yuki Miya is surprised. He's like, fuck you, Isagi! And then he scores out of frustration with a new move, the sword screw. Bang, it goes in. 3-2. Bastard Munchin reign over Manshine City. And that's the end of the match. Everybody goes crazy. Commentator's like, wow, what an assist from Isagi Yoichi. Damn, he has been involved in all 3 goals. Such a playmaker. He's truly the MVP, man of the match of this match. Amazing. Everything goes almost the same during the matches. Yukimiya gets a goal, Isagi gets a goal, Kaiser gets a goal, Chigiri gets a goal, and Nagi gets a goal. So yeah, most of it is the same. There's not really much difference except for Isagi getting a goal, of course. Not much difference here and there. And now we go over the salaries and the rankings. Rankings is, of course, my boy Baro 100 million at number 1. Isagi being number 2 with 96 million now. Yeah. 96 million. People were betting on him like crazy, and Bastard Munchin came out with 96 million for him. So yeah, he's number 2, Rin's number 3, and so on and so forth. And now we move on to the rankings, like his stats. He's rank S as always. His shooting is now S, his dribble is A, passing is B, defense is A, his speed's A, and offense is S. So yeah, only his pass is B, and his speed, defense, dribbling, all that is A. Because you might be like, why is his defense A? Well, let me tell you the reason. Because he was trained by Ego specifically to defend against Sai during the U20 match. We'll cut back to the U20 match, which is part 3, I reckon. Yeah, part 3. So his defense is up, like, there. So my boy Isagi is just cracked. He's better than a lot of the defenders. He's better than almost every single striker. His dribbling's up there. And his pass, well, his pass is a little bit eh. His speed is fucking amazing, and his offense and shooting, voila. But his best trait, his vision, his meta vision, his plays, his absolute creme de la creme type shit. And I guess that's where I'll leave off part 5 of What If Isagi Never Lost His Ego. Alright, if you think this video is a little bit off, if you think I was a little bit off and I was like out of it, it's because I'm sick. Like really, really sick. I've been sick for like weeks now. It's killing me. And I have exams as well, so I can't really properly rest. I have to study and study and study. So yeah, I can't really catch a break. So recording videos is a little bit tough. So yeah, that's why I seem a little bit off and I seem a little bit out of it. And if this video isn't as good as my other ones, if it even was good in the first place, that's the reason. So bear with me, please. Trying to do my best here, and enough rambling aside, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I have nothing else to say other than peace.